have seen this tweet quite often. On 26th of May 2009, Congress leader Shashi Tharoor had tweeted how he had met his old friend George Soros. This tweet is often shared on social media whenever there is news about the American billionaire and known regime changer George Soros. Soros, who runs multiple platforms to promote his own brand of democracy across the world, has not been a big fan of Narendra Modi and has pledged $1 billion to fight nationalism. So every time Soros Connected Network attack India, Tharoor's tweet is brought up to question Congress and their links and cozy relations with Soros and his aides. To this, few days back on 15th of December, Tharoor clarified that he has met Soros a few times when he was in New York during his UN stint. He claimed that the usage of term friend was in social sense and he has never received any money from either him or Soros organization. He further claimed that following his tweet, he had met Soros only once, that too in New York when he was junior minister in the Minister of External Affairs. He said that he had been invited by Hardeep Puri, currently a minister in the Modi cabinet, who was then the ambassador to the US in New York where he had last met Soros. Fair enough. But then Tharoor has a way with words, especially when it comes to the language of the colonizers. So he knows the value of words and would not use them loosely. So he would not just call any acquaintance as a friend or not even tweet about everyone he meets. So we dug a little deeper. Tharoor's otherwise innocent tweet opened a can of worms. Ab chronology samajhiye. Shashi Tharoor's tweet about meeting his old friend George Soros was on 26th of May 2009. On 27th of May 2009, it was reported in the media that Tharoor will be inducted in the newly formed Dr. Manmohan Singh government. Tharoor had contested for the first time from Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala on Congress ticket. Prior to joining the Grand Old Party, Tharoor was the Under Secretary General at the UN. He was made the Minister of State for External Affairs and he swore in on 28th of May 2009. What does that have anything to do with Soros, you ask? What if I told you that between declaration of results of 2009 Lok Sabha elections and swearing in of ministers, George Soros was in India for some days? 2009 Lok Sabha election results were declared on 16th of May 2009. Dr. Manmohan Singh was invited by President Pratibha Patil to form government on 20th of May 2009 and he swore in as Prime Minister on 22nd of May 2009. On 26th of May, Shashi Tharoor tweeted he had met Soros. Since he was in the national capital to swear in as a Minister of State in 2 days, it is very likely he was in Delhi as well. So it is now likely that George Soros was also in Delhi on 25th or 26th of May 2009. This we say in absence of concrete information. Now on 29th of May 2009, media report says that George Soros went to Chandigarh to meet Phori Nehru, a close relative of the Gandhis. Phori Nehru was the wife of B.K. Nehru, a cousin of Indira Gandhi. So Phori Nehru would be grand aunt to Rahul Gandhi. Phori Nehru, born Magdalena Friedman, was an Hungarian Jew, quite like George Soros. It was reported that Soros was in India to meet Phori Nehru, who celebrated her 100th birthday. Likely on 28th of May 2009, he took a flight to Chandigarh, which landed at around 2 p.m. and then was on his way back to Delhi by 5 p.m. as per the Indian Express article. Interestingly, when we tried to find out how many Hungarian Jews Soros visited halfway across the globe to wish them their 100th birthday, we couldn't come across any. What was so special about this Nehru Gandhi family member that Soros took so much effort, considering he had never quite met her before or after this event? Curious, isn't it? Was his visit to India that coincided with formation of new government and swearing in of new ministers just a mere coincidence? You know, when Soros visited India prior to the 2009 visit, visited India in 2006 and met Yogendra Yadav, who was the campaign advisor for Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra and has also been a close aide of Sonia Gandhi. Yadav, during his stint as a professor at the Center for Study of Developing Societies, had presented a state of democracy in South Asia study in front of Soros, who was visiting India for the first time, as well as Amartya Sen. Here is another interesting thing about Yogendra Yadav. He was handpicked by Sonia Gandhi as part of NAC, that is National Advisory Council, the super PMO that took major decisions during the Manmohan Singh government. Another interesting thing about the NSC was that many of the members such as Harsh Mandar, Farhan Naqvi, Anu Aga, John Rege also have been associated with NGOs which have received direct or indirect funding from George Soros related organizations. which makes one wonder if Soros already had his people making decisions in the Indian government that suited his interest. One may recall that in 2006, Mani Shankar Iyer, another close aide of the Gandhi family, was unceremoniously moved out of the Union Ministry of Petroleum because he was pursuing energy policy that the Americans did not like. Iyer was replaced by Murli Deora as Petroleum Minister to enhance Indo-US relations. All this can't be just coincidence. It cannot be a conspiracy theory. Since when has Soros been interfering in India's affairs? His Open Society Foundation began its operations in India in 1999. Was the NSA his brainchild to control the country? What was the actual purpose of his visit to India just when the new government was being formed? And why has he been so radical since 2014? What is his problem with Narendra Modi? Is it because Modi has been focusing on making India self-reliant? That he has improved relations with the Middle East and the bilateral ties with Russia, especially for oil? We may not get all the answers, but we must continue to ask the questions. After all, it is a matter concerning the sovereignty and integrity of India, that is Bharat.